I've got a story for you today that honestly sounds like it's straight out of a movie, but it's 100% real. It's the story of the 200 crore dream.
Just look at that number, 200 crore. I mean, let that sink in for a second. We're talking about roughly 24 million US dollars. It's a massive, almost unimaginable amount of money for most of us.
And that's where this story gets really wild. How on earth could a boy who at one point struggled just to find food for the day ever afford something like this? It doesn't seem possible, right?
Well, that's exactly where we're going to start. We're diving into this truly shocking purchase and the incredible story of the man behind it all, a man named Santosh.
So let's just start at the top, at the peak of his success. Right now, today, that very same boy, Santosh, is buying his own private jet. I mean, talk about the ultimate symbol that you've made it. But to really understand what that jet represents, we have to rewind. We've got to go all the way back to where it all began, with a young boy who just dared to dream.
The journey he took is just mind-blowing. Think about it. He started out born into poverty, where finding your next meal was the biggest challenge of the day. And now, he's the owner of a 200 crore private jet. The gap between those two lives is it's almost impossible to wrap your head around.
So what was it? What was the fuel for this impossible climb? Well, it was this one powerful belief, a mantra he told himself over and over, especially when things were tough. One day, I will change my destiny. Now, let's be clear, this wasn't a lottery win. It wasn't just luck. This was built on pure, relentless hard work. We're talking working day and night and learning from absolutely everything. Every small job, every single failure, every struggle. That was his real education. And all of that brings us to the absolute core of his philosophy. This is the secret ingredient, you could say. It's the answer to the big how question. It's something he calls the rich mindset.
You can imagine people were just completely stunned by what he achieved. They would always ask him how. I mean, how is any of this even possible? And his answer? Well, it changes everything. He'd just smile and say this: being born poor was not my choice, but living with a rich mindset, that was my decision. Wow, just think about that for a second. He knew he couldn't control his circumstances, but he could control his perspective, and that was his superpower.
So what exactly is this rich mindset? Well, it's got nothing to do with the money in your bank account. Not at first, anyway. It's a choice. It's a conscious decision to believe in your own power, to believe that you can change your own destiny, no matter what cards you've been dealt. It's about being wealthy on the inside long before you see it on the outside. And this, right here, is why his story is so much bigger than just him. He didn't just buy that jet for himself. He bought it to send a massive, powerful message to millions of other young dreamers out there. And that's the key takeaway. That jet, it's not just a fancy toy. It's basically a flying billboard for what's possible. It's a symbol for every single person who feels stuck, showing them what can happen when you refuse to let your circumstances define you.
In fact, he boils his whole philosophy down into 3 simple steps for everyone else. Step 1, dare to dream. You have to see something bigger than your current reality. Step 2, work for it. Because dreams without work are just wishes. And finally, step 3, show the world. Let your success become the proof, the inspiration for the next person starting their journey.
So, really, at the end of all this, Santosh's story kind of turns the spotlight back on us, doesn't it? He built his dream against impossible odds. So the real question isn't about him anymore. It's about you. What dream will you dare to build?